Hey guys, this is Tom from Numbers Game Lifestyle, and today I'm going to be talking about something a little bit different than I normally talk about, which is the one thing keeping good looking guys in dating scarcity. You'll see this a lot. A lot of very good looking men out there should have plenty of dating options, should have tons of different options, should have dating abundance, but they're not. They're pretty much like every other normie guy out there, struggling to get dates, struggling to get laid, struggling to get relationships. You'll see this often. Like I know tons of guys that are better looking than I am that are completely like it's been a long time since they've had dates, since they've had any kind of, intimacy with women. But why is that? I'm going to go over it today. I've gone over the importance of exposure before, but there is another missing ingredient that a lot of guys just don't have. Like these guys can be exposed to a lot of women. A lot of guys can have a lot of high exposure to women, have good enough looks to have a good dating and sex life, but it just doesn't happen. And why is that? And then this is gonna sound a lot like the PUAs of the old days, that it's all about confidence. That's the only thing that matters with women. And there is a little bit of truth to that, which is what I'm going to be talking about today, which is grit. Grit, aka balls. Okay, you can't have abundance without this. I don't care how good looking you are, how amazing your SMV is. If you don't have balls or any kind of grit, you can forget about dating abundance. You're just going to be getting what comes your way because you're too afraid or you don't have enough grit to get what you want. And that is with like everything in life. So what exactly do I mean when I say grit? Let's define this. It's a combination of passion and perseverance for long-term goals, characterized by resilience and a willingness to persevere through challenges. Yes. Okay, this goes beyond just getting women. It goes in everything in life. A trait associated with success. Absolutely. It's probably the most important trait of success, which is grit. And as individuals with grit are more likely to achieve their goals due to their sustained dedication and effort. Okay, like there's no getting around this. I don't care what you want to achieve. Dating abundance, dating a bunch of hot women, sleeping with a bunch of hot women, having amazing relationships with women, you're going to need grit. Okay, you're going to have to take some lumps and keep plowing through. It's essentially like boxing, like being able to take a punch. You can't expect to be a championship level boxer. I don't want to get hit in the face. Like I want to be a champ, but I don't want to get like punched in the face at all. Like that's not for me. Okay, then you can forget about becoming any kind of successful boxer. Okay, this is the price of admission. Okay, the price of success. And like I say, this applies to absolutely everything. It applies to business. It applies to anything you want to succeed in life. Oh, you want to be like, get jacked? Oh, I want to get jacked, but I don't want to like lift, close to failure or anything. I don't want to work too hard on that, I don't want to injure myself. It's like, what are you doing? You need grit to succeed in anything in life. I just want it to be easy. If you want this to be easy, it's not going to happen. Now, having said that, the importance of grit and everything that you want to accomplish in life, the better you look, the less grit/work is required. Okay? Yes, this is absolutely true. This is why I stress getting your looks handled, like maximizing your looks as much as possible so you don't have to work so hard. Okay? But best believe, I don't care how good your looks get, you are always going to be facing rejection. You're always going to be playing the numbers game. You cannot escape this. If you want to escape this, you're just going to have to sit and wait for a woman to choose you because you're too afraid to experience rejection. You have no grit, no balls. Okay, you don't want to experience rejection. Now, you can forget about any kind of dating abundance. Okay. However, playing the numbers game, aka experiencing lots of rejection, is required by every man. No man escapes this. I don't care if you're a freaking celebrity, okay? Messaging women on DMs over like Instagram and all this stuff. You best believe he's spamming out a bunch of different messages to a bunch of different women before he lands on one that, bites. No one escapes this. This is why, like, it's always going to be the case. I don't care, like, if you're a major celebrity, you got the highest SMV in the world, you're going to experience rejection. You can't just point to a woman and be like, yep, that's going to be mine. Yep, she's going to be all mine. It's going to be no rejection here. No, you're going to get rejected a lot when you just pick random women. There's no getting around this. Doesn't matter whether it's on a dating app, whether it's cold approach, heck, whether it's even social circle, whether it's night game, and nobody escapes this, okay? The only way you escape this is if you live in scarcity, you're too afraid to like step outside your box, and you just wait a really long time for a woman to choose you. And wow, she had bigger balls than you that she made the move first so you wouldn't have to experience rejection. How messed up is that? Okay, there's no getting around this. You're going to have to grow a set if you want, success. And dating abundance is no different. Building a body, building a business, it all takes grit. It all takes perseverance. I don't want to experience obstacles. I don't want to experience challenges. Then you can forget about it. You just sit in the corner and let life happen to you. This is the way normies operate. This is the way the vast majority of men operate, which is why the results are so terrible. Don't be that. You're going to feel so much better by taking life by the horns and making stuff happen. This is what men are supposed to do. We're not supposed to be passively waiting, passively hoping, okay? This is what women do. This is why you can take two different guys, one's less good looking than the other. He doesn't even have as much exposure as the good looking guy, but he can get laid. He's get abundance because he's willing to put in more work. He's willing to play the numbers game with more grit. He puts in more effort. That is the main reason for all his results. This is why a less good looking guy than you, less physically gifted guy than you, can actually have a better dating life, more dating options than you, because you don't have the grit to play the numbers game. Okay? With that said, this also means that you can outcompete more physically gifted men than you on the dating market, provided you have more grit than them, more balls than them. You're willing to put in more work. You're willing to send more messages. You're willing to approach more women. You're putting in more work, and you can make up that difference. Using myself as an example, and clients as examples of mine that have way better dating abundance than guys that are way better looking than them. Because they're willing to put in that effort. They're willing to take those lumps. Just spamming out messages on Hinge, spamming out messages on Tinder, swiping like crazy, approaching like crazy, constantly on the move, looking for, outside, when whenever there's spare time they got, they go out there and see who's out there to approach, see who's out there to meet. And when you do that, you completely smash all the other competition that is too lazy to do that, doesn't want to put in the effort. It should be so much easier. I shouldn't have to work this hard. Then you're going to be left behind. Someone with less, physically gifted than you will just smash you because he outworks you. And this is the case with like everything, like business, your physique, like everything in your life. You can get totally left behind if you just want to not put in the work. You're scared of putting in the work, or you're scared of dealing with obstacles, scared with dealing with challenges. So yes, grit is super underrated. Like, I never really considered this because I never really I never really thought about this too much because I didn't have this problem. Like in terms of, oh, a girl rejected me, I'm never gonna do that again. That was terrible. Like, oh, like this dating app, like a bunch of girls rejected me on the dating app. I'm done with that. Okay, I never thought that way. I always thought, okay, what can I do to improve and make this easier for myself? And yes, you persevere, you get better at it, and then it starts to become fun, and then it becomes like easier and easier. As soon as it becomes fun, it's no longer work anymore. This is why, like, I know my business is guaranteed to succeed because I have fun doing it. I have fun putting in the work, and that is with everything in life. You know, I had fun working out, you know, dieting and doing everything like that. So, of course, I had a very impressive body. I had fun dating women, meeting new women, approaching new women, you know, getting on dating apps, maximizing dating profiles. And of course, I reaped those benefits. As soon as it became fun, it became easy. Progress becomes very easy that way. Okay, instead of looking at this like, oh, this is so hard, taking everything so seriously, I never thought that way. I'm like, okay, got on a date with a girl, sweet. How far did I go? Like, what happened? What lessons can I learn? How can I improve? And you keep going. You're like, okay, I'm going to implement something new, try something else. I was never dwelling on like, why is this so hard? You know, I'm not going to do this again. Why are women like not getting on my D? You know, that's completely entitlement. That's a completely selfish entitlement. Like, why aren't the girls just making it easy for me? It's like, no, it's up to you to figure it out. It's up to you to put in the work to find women that actually want you. Instead of just running away and be like, oh, this is just too hard. Okay, if it's too hard, you want to make it easier for yourself, then yes, improve your looks, maximize them as much as possible. But there's only so much you can do. Okay? Yes, you can build an amazing body, lose body fat. Once that's all done, you know, get your style on point. Once that's all done, there's really no much to do. You can't improve much more than that. In which case, you have to face the facts that you're going to have to put in work. You're going to have to put in reps, just like everyone else. Just like everyone else that wants to succeed in whatever they do, they put in reps. This goes with absolutely everything in life. You know, business, your physique, like whatever, you know, big goal you want to accomplish. Perseverance is the key. Step by step, baby stepping, progressing each way, and being happy for the progressions that you're making. And then it becomes easy. Once it's done, you're having fun doing it. You no longer take these like challenges so seriously. You know, your life just opens up. You're like, this stuff is really fun. And at that point, it's all downhill. Once work becomes fun to you, you're guaranteed success because you're going to keep on going, you're going to keep on improving, and you keep on building on that momentum. It's like a snowball that just keeps rolling downhill, growing, getting bigger and bigger. Okay, that is what you're after. Instead of dwelling on like, oh, the grind, the rejections, how many swipes I have to make, how many messages I have to send out, or you know, how many women I have to talk to. Yes, this is all important to keep track of, you know, and gauge your progress to see if you're making, you know, a lot of mistakes that could be costing you opportunities, could be costing you lays, could be costing you dates, could be costing you relationships. Yes, you have to keep that in mind, but you have to do it with a smile on your face. Every mistake that you make, you're getting better. Anyways, guys, that's the video. If you need help doing this, getting a dating abundance by improving your grit, by embracing the rejection that's coming your way, that's guaranteed to come your way, that's exactly what I help guys do. There's coaching links down below if you need help with that. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Thank you for watching.